Hey guys, welcome back down to the creek. I've been down here for a little bit recording. I recorded a video on this book for my Patreon. If you guys enjoy these types of videos and you want to support me on my journey to create more of this type of stuff, I'd appreciate if you would check out patreon.com/Molt. I really want to try and grow this and be able to do more things like this. So if you're willing to check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. I don't take lightly the opportunity to speak into your life. And that is a place where we can talk deeper through messages and conversations, and you can talk to other people as well there. So if you respect me and respect my opinion, and want to hear more on a deeper level as I kind of try and grow into this type of content, I'd really appreciate it if you would check that. There's a link in the description for that. But I'm going to be taking a week off of playing video games because I think I need it. The next time that I will be back is going to be in a week, but it's going to be on Wednesday when I live stream with Juicy J, as long as this winter storm doesn't mess things up. But if you didn't know, Juicy J and I have been streaming on YouTube and Twitch on Wednesday nights, and it's been a blast. So all the time that you feel like you are going to miss in my videos over the next week, make sure that you go and put on your calendars for that stream. It's going to be a fun one. I think you guys are really going to like it. But today, I'm going to be going through a little section in C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters. If you don't know who C.S. Lewis is, he is a very well-respected author. This book was written in 1942, so it's 84 years old, and it is insane how much it applies to today and where our culture is at. But I don't know if I said this already, he wrote Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Very creative, very imaginative, just insane intellect and perspective on things. And there's a section in here that I was reading that just punched me in the face, because not only did it apply to me, but I feel like it will apply to many of you as well. And I really do think that this type of stuff can be life-changing if you allow it to. So while I know many of you are thinking about clicking off to go and watch somebody three-crown somebody for the 1000th time, I think that this might be a little bit more impactful on your life. And so I wanted to share it with you because I have an opportunity to speak to you, the person that's watching this, the person that hears my voice. You are a human being who is unique and designed, and you have a story. You have a past, you have pain, you have hurt, you have joy, you have sorrow. I think it's easy nowadays, and we'll see this in some of this, to disconnect the two. What I'm doing right now is sitting on a creek staring at a camera. What you're doing is sitting in a chair or on your couch or at work, wherever you are, looking at a phone or a computer. And so there's that physical disconnect. But we have the opportunity to embrace it as though we were right in front of each other. And that's my hope from this. And that's my hope with the Patreon as well, to create that connection that I think has been lost over the last decade with the introduction of technology, which has done so much good. But with that good, because of how people have approached it, a lot of negativity and separation has arrived as well. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. I'm sure you've heard that saying before. And so what I want to start doing is leaning into this more for the sake of your growth as a human being. Not your growth as a 2.6 cycle player or as a freaking lumber lunar. That's not what I care about. And I feel like I've had a burden lately that's all-consuming, that I want to do more and challenge you to be a better version of yourself. I love you guys. I mean that, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak into your lives. And I know many of you will say you don't like this kind of stuff, and that's fine, you don't have to. Like, truly, that's okay. But I want to challenge you to listen to what I'm about to say. Take 10 minutes. Listen to what I'm about to say and see if you don't think that it can make your life better. So if you don't know the idea behind the Screwtape Letters, C.S. Lewis has written this from the perspective of the enemy, of demons. And it is an uncle named Screwtape, he's the one writing the letters, writing to his nephew, Wormwood, about how he can best lead his subjects into despair. How he can draw them away from anything truly good. And I think for those of us, which is all of us, who spend time on the internet, no matter what our belief system is, we can feel that something's changing. And that there's a dislike on a greater scale, at least it feels that way, towards other human beings. And so in chapter 12, there's a couple things that I want to read to you that I think can be really impactful. If you want to just close your eyes and listen as I read, you can do that. Unless you're working, get after it. Work hard, work well today. So he says, you no longer need a good book, which he really likes, to keep him from his prayers or his work or his sleep. A column of advertisements in yesterday's paper will do. You can make him waste his time not only in conversations he enjoys with people whom he likes, but in conversations with those he cares nothing about on subjects that bore him. You can make him do nothing at all for long periods. You can keep him up late at night, not roistering, but staring at a dead fire in a cold room. All the healthy and outgoing activities which we want him to avoid can be inhibited and nothing given in return, so that at least he may say, as one of my own patients said on his arrival down here in hell, I now see that I spent most of my life in doing neither what I ought nor what I liked. The Christians describe God as one without whom nothing is strong, and nothing is very strong enough to steal away a man's best years, not in sweet sins, but in a dreary flickering of the mind over it knows not what and knows not why. In the gratification of curiosities so feeble that the man is only half aware of them, in drumming of fingers and kicking of heels, in whistling tunes that he does not like, or in the long, dim labyrinth of reveries that have not even lust or ambition to give them a relish, but which once chance association has started them, the creature is too weak and fuddled to shake them off. There's so much in that. There's so much in that. Like, think about this, y'all. You can make him waste his time in conversations with those he cares nothing about on subjects that bore him. What? That is so incredibly true. Think about all the time, all the hours, all the days, all the years, all the decades that are wasted of people's time arguing with people that they don't even care about over things that bore them. I feel like we have seen that so much in today's culture. If someone sees that so-and-so voted for Trump or so-and-so voted for Biden, then they immediately want to waste their time having a conversation, more like an argument, about something that they don't even care about. I have wasted so much time, especially in my thoughts. Like, I think that this can also be internal conversations. You know how you internalize conversations with people? You're like, well, they say this, I'm gonna be ready. if they come back at me with that, I'm going to come back at them with this. And you waste your time on these internal conversations with people that you don't even care about things that don't matter, about things that bore you. You can make him do nothing at all for long periods of time. To me, that's doom scrolling. Like, there's a difference between me sitting here, listening to the water, listening to the birds, taking in creation, and processing, being alone with my thoughts, being bored. That's not nothing at all. This is a lot. Nothing at all is doom scrolling for 30 minutes, doom scrolling for an hour, and coming out of the haze and only remembering the last two things that you looked at. Time stolen away, doing things that you don't even care about. You can make him do nothing at all for long periods of time. Strong enough to steal away a man's best years, not in sweet sins, but in a dreary flickering of the mind over it knows not what and knows not why. And the gratification of curiosities so feeble that the man is only half aware of them. The drumming of fingers and kicking of heels, and whistling tunes that he does not like, or in the long, dim labyrinth of reveries that have not even lust or ambition to give them a relish. Saying that, like, we aren't even wasting our time doing things of significance. Like, he's saying, like, that we spend our time doing things that don't have ambition, that don't even have, like, bad things in it. It's just wasting our time doing nothing. Wasting our time doing absolutely nothing. And I think the line in here where he's talking about how one of his patients, remember, this is a demon teaching his nephew how to tempt, to draw people away from God down to hell. And he says, one of his patients on arrival down here said, I now see I spent most of my life in doing neither what I ought, what I should be doing, working, providing, taking care of yourself, not in things that I ought, nor things that I liked. I think, do you know what an audit is? It's where you, like, the government audits people to see if they're being truthful about the way that their money is being spent. I think that we need to do a time audit. Okay, this could be life-changing for you. Do a time audit. I'm not talking about just looking at your screen time on your phone. I want you to intentionally think about what you did with your time and whether or not that genuinely gave you something or whether it took something from you. And I'm not out here saying don't watch Netflix, don't spend time on Instagram, but I do think that there is an incredible limit to the time that you should spend recognizing what it is taking away from you. Think about this. Think about a second a day. Well, let's say 5 minutes a day. That's probably even more realistic. But honestly, probably an hour a day is more realistic. If you take that trajectory over even a decade, okay? So 3,650 days, an hour for each of those days. That is a lot of time that you'll never get back and that you're not guaranteed. And yet we waste it doing things that we don't even care about. Now, this last quote, I think, is the most impactful quote in this entire book. Now, whether you are somebody who believes in heaven and hell or believes in an afterlife, this still has an impact on your life while you're here alive. He says, but do remember, the only thing that matters is the extent to which you separate the man from God. It does not matter how small the sins are, provided that their cumulative effect is to edge the man away from the light and out into nothing. Murder is no better than cards if cards can do the trick. Indeed, the safest road to hell is the gradual one, the gentle slope, soft underfoot, without sudden turning, without milestones, and without signposts. The enemy is not going to use murder if he can just use anger to affect your life negatively. He's not going to make you have an affair if lust and pornography can have the same effect on your marriage. His goal is to edge just so slightly. Edge the man away from the light and out into nothingness. Indeed, the safest road to hell. Again, if you don't believe in heaven or hell, let's say the safest road to where you don't want to be at the end of your life. The safest road to where you don't want to be at the end of your life is the gradual one. The gentle slope. You don't even notice that you're going downhill because it's gentle. But after a lifelong, you look back and you say, wow, look how far down I went. Soft underfoot, not too rocky. Things are easy. Without sudden turnings, no big changes in your life. No big decisions. Without milestones, so no recognition of the distance traveled. And without signposts. Again, no notification of where you've gone or where you've been. I want you to think about this. If you were to draw a straight line from one place to somewhere a mile down the road, and then you were to take a level so that it was lined up with that line, and you were to turn it to the right a millimeter, very small where you currently are in your current point in life and location, very small. But at the end of a mile, the gap's going to be bigger. And at the end of 2 miles, the gap's going to be bigger. At the end of 3 miles, 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, the gap is going to slowly but surely, gradually and gently take you way off of the path that you should be on. And so I think that you need to recognize the little things in your life that you identify as little, but over time will deeply affect who you are as a person, who you are to other people, and how you live your life and where you're at the end of it. For me, I want to be more like Christ Jesus because he has absolutely changed my life. And I want that for you guys. But if that isn't an option for you right now, I pray that you seek it out. But if it's not, I pray that you start recognizing the things in your life that are slowly but surely drawing you away from the light and into darkness. Like I said, I'm going through this book over on my Patreon, and we're going to go through lots more books after this, which I'm really excited about. If you want to support me and be involved in more of those deeper conversations, and you're still here watching, that means you really care. I love you guys. I hope that this can have an impact on your life and your time and how it's spent, because our time is incredibly valuable. The people in our lives are valuable. We're trading relationships with human beings for relationships with things on a screen. So I just want to encourage you. Lean into what I said, lean into what I read, and I hope it can grow you. See you guys.